Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 1 p.m. news and weather update. We've got a story out of Pitt County where, in fact, this week is National Mosquito Control Awareness Week. And local officials are using the opportunity to share prevention tips and encourage public cooperation during mosquito control operations. Pitt County Environmental Health operates marked mosquito control trucks throughout the season. Now, these vehicles apply treatments to help reduce the spread of mosquito-borne illnesses such as West Nile virus, Zika, and Eastern equine encephalitis. Officials are reminding residents not to tailgate or pass these trucks while they're operating. Now, program manager Amanda Morrison said, quote, "These vehicles may slow down or stop frequently, and treatments may be released into the air. Tailgating puts both drivers and our crews at risk," end quote. Now, the treatment sprays are EPA approved and not harmful to people or pets. However, residents may choose to stay indoors or close windows while spraying is underway. Health officials continue to promote the 3 Ds as an easy way to protect against mosquito bites. Drain standing water from containers like flower pots, buckets, tires, and gutters. Dress in light-colored long-sleeve clothing, especially at dawn and dusk. And defend yourself with EPA-registered insect repellents containing DEET, picarodrin, or oil of lemon eucalyptus. Residents can also report areas with standing water to Vector Control to assist with ongoing mosquito reduction efforts. For more information on mosquito safety and local control efforts, you can follow a link to the Pitt County Environmental Health website on our website, WITN.com. And now we need to highlight some good news for those of you who may be interested in heading out to the beach on the Outer Banks, as Buxton Beach has reopened in Dare County thanks to a significant cleanup effort that took nearly 2 years. Cape Hatteras National Seashore and the Dare County Department of Health have announced the reopening of Buxton Beach. The approximately 3/10 of a mile section of beach that had been closed since September 1st of 2023 because of petroleum contamination and potentially hazardous military infrastructure. The county's health department has lifted this nearly 2-year advisory following the cleanup efforts left by the Army Corps of Engineers since September of 2024. Both the health department and the seashore conducted tests afterwards, and no traces of petroleum were found in the beach soil, nor any symptoms of petroleum exposure were filed. During the Corps' cleanup efforts, they removed the following items from Buxton Beach: nearly 4,600 cubic yards of petroleum-impacted soil, nearly 100,000 gallons of petroleum-impacted water, 278,000 pounds of concrete, 1,100 feet, or a little bit over 1,100 feet of pipe, and a little bit over 1,000 feet of metal cable and wire. Now, the beach parking lot will remain temporarily closed for the Corps' efforts to restore Buxton Beach's dunes. For more information on that effort and for more information on the beach, you can follow a link on our website, WITN.com. Now, for those of you who may be interested in heading to the beach, one thing to note: what are conditions like? What's our weather doing? And that brings us to, of course, our forecast. Let's talk about what's going on right now, and then we can talk about what's going to be happening coming up later on today and even into tomorrow. Right now, we are keeping an eye on some spotty storms and downpours right now over portions of Onslow County. It's really a lot of these showers kind of dancing around the New River, some on the east side, some on the west side, but a lot of that rain activity we've seen so far in eastern North Carolina has occurred in Onslow County around the New River. Here's what it looks like outside through our Pirate Cam. Right now, 88 degrees in Greenville, south-southwesterly wind at about 5 miles an hour. But a dew point at 72 degrees makes it feel like we're in the mid-90s. It is hot, it is humid, and it is going to stay that way through today. Now, of course, we're keeping a very close eye on the Big Rock tournament. Lots happening as all boats are out on the water fishing today. Right now, we've got 82 degrees at the Sanitary Restaurant in Morehead City. Southwesterly wind at about 15 miles an hour. But just to give you an an update on who's hooked up and who is not. We'll give you guys a list. We've got 4 boats that are hooked up right now: a wave paver, reel lineman, ditch digger, and dock fees. Now, of course, plenty boats have seen, again, releases, but right now there are 4 active boats that are currently hooked up. Let's talk about your air temperatures throughout the region. Right now, most of us in the mid to upper 80s for inland areas. Right now, winds are getting out ahead of the pack, coming in at 90 degrees already. As we head into the afternoon, more of those 90s are likely going to be popping up. But here's what it feels like. I know we give you your air temperatures, which, it's nice, but what does it truly feel like when you step outside? These are those numbers. This is what you want to know. Right now, it feels like we're in the low to mid 90s across many inland areas. Along the coast, certainly a little bit cooler with your air temperatures, but still seeing some separation there between your air temperatures and your feels like temp. It all comes down to humidity. How humid is the air? Right now, quite humid. This is summertime humidity. Of course, here we are mid-June, and it makes sense that we're seeing this level of humidity at this point of the year. Now, as we head through the afternoon, the heat and humidity combo will lead to some spot showers and downpours. Some heat-driven rain activity will show up coming up this afternoon, and that will carry over into the early overnight hours. But as that sun sets, it will remove that heat, and eventually those storms will start to die off. I think we'll most likely see everything go quiet once we get past 11 p.m. later on tonight. That brings us into tomorrow, where another warm front will be crossing over eastern North Carolina, giving us, and again, another shot of rain. Do want to say good afternoon to Charvon Ebron. Thank you so much for joining me over on Facebook. Here's what we've got, though, early Friday morning. Warm front up to our north, but notice the rain showers down to the south across South Carolina. Those drops, again, are going to be pushing through the east through the middle of the day tomorrow. So, again, plan on a cloudier and a wetter day tomorrow, but humidity will still be present and heat will also be present. We're not going to get quite as hot as where we're going to be today, but air temperatures will still reach into at least the low 80s, most likely the mid 80s for tomorrow afternoon. And then we're a few degrees warmer through the upcoming weekend with cloud cover and rain showers holding through the weekend. Now we're going to be looking at more, I'd say, scattered to spotty showers and storms on Saturday as well as Sunday. It's not a washout, but certainly we will have periods where everybody will be getting wet, and it will feel like, I don't want to say it'll feel like a lost weekend. I feel bad for all the dads out there, but this is certainly one where you're going to want to try to plan indoor activities instead of outdoor activities. Well, that's all we have time for today's 1 p.m. News and Weather Update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a wonderful Thursday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Supreme Choice.